there everybody, and welcome to Chat in a Hat, where this Wednesday I'm going to be trying to find something positive in the culture-wide discussion that we're having about sexual abuse and the YouTube community. I've been watching videos today not just from the victims of the sexual violence, but from people who are coming out in support of the victims of sexual violence, and I have been so upset by what's happening in the community that I almost don't know what to say in front of the camera about it. I only have two strong opinions that I'm able to actually word in any coherent manner, and the first of them is that we need to, as a community, rally around the victims of sexual violence and support them and care for them at any and all cost. And the second thing that I think that we need to do, but this is on the perpetrators as well, we need to remove their influence from our community entirely, because they had a chance and they blew it by being terrible, predatory people, and we cannot have them here anymore. But beyond that, beyond how depressing the entire situation is, there have been so many positives that I can take away from everything that's been going on in the YouTube community. First of all, the number of voices, both big and small, in the community that have come out in support of victims has been monumentally good. I am so glad to see thousands upon thousands, maybe even millions of people, not just making tweets or Facebook posts or Tumblr posts, but full-fledged videos in which they support the victims, denounce the perpetrators, and try and talk about ways in which we as a community can enact change to become a safer space for everyone. And another thing that I have noticed is that we as a community have come so far with regards to dealing with problematic YouTubers than we have in the past, where in the past most people would simply turn a blind eye to allegations of sexual abuse and assault, whereas now we have almost 100%, it seems, engagement by people who are subscribed to these YouTubers and people who aren't subscribed to these YouTubers, who are all coming together, recognizing the terrible things that they have done and acting accordingly. And another thing that I have seen is that as a community we have become more skeptical of the responses that perpetrators give when they're coming out against allegations made by victims, because in the past victims have come out and almost everyone has immediately started to question what they're saying, which is ridiculous, because statistically speaking a fewer number of men are falsely accused of rape than men are raped themselves. Victims are not coming out looking for their 15 minutes of fame. Victims are coming out and trying their best to stop these perpetrators from going on to perpetrate again. Ultimately, I think that it's awesome that the community has moved so far forward since the last time something like this happened, but I also recognize that we have so far left to go, because we have to realize that there's still a large body of people who, for whatever reason, are defending their idols in spite of overwhelming evidence against them. I'm not standing here before you claiming that I have an answer. That's not what I'm here to do. What I'm here to do is to thank everybody who has done something positive for the victims or something positive for the people speaking out for the victims and in support of the victims. Thank you so much for helping to try and make this community a better place. I'm sorry that this video wasn't exactly the most positive thing in the world, but I think that it's important that we use whatever platforms we have to continue this discussion about sexual abuse in our community. If you haven't already, why not go and check out Taylor's video talking about our live stream, or Michaela's video talking about what we might think of her based on what we can see on her laptop, and make sure you stay tuned for Thursday and Friday's videos because they're going to be great. Let me know what you think about this situation in comments, and remember to subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you next Wednesday with a much more positive video, but until then, goodbye everybody.